The CDC has spoken. New guidelines out tonight. If you are fully vaccinated, no more masks, no more social distancing. Welcome to Facebook Live. That is the only story that people are talking about tonight, and that's what we're going to be getting into tonight here on Facebook Live. Yes, we will talk about 13 News at 11 and the big story, which of course is the CDC guidelines in terms of wearing masks and not wearing masks. We're also going to talk about the Robocall special report that our Bob Siegel has put together. You're going to really want to see this. We've got a nurse at Methodist Hospital who is going to be singing the national anthem at the Grand Prix Saturday out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Great story from our Rich Nye that you're going to want to see. And we're going to, of course, talk about the weather. But let's bring in Angela to talk about the story that everybody has been talking about. The CDC this afternoon. Big surprise that came out. I don't think many people were expecting it to happen today. Coming out and saying, look, if you are fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask indoors or outdoors, and you don't have to socially distance. Now, there are a couple of things where you still have to wear the masks, but the CDC is basically saying to fully vaccinated people, you're good to go.
Yes, I had called a friend of mine about something totally unrelated, and that was the first thing she said to me is, hey, did you hear? And so you're right, everyone is talking about it, and it will be kind of interesting to see how we move forward from this, how businesses move forward, how local communities move forward, because there still may be this period of adjustment on, okay, everyone mask off.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Let's go ahead and put the guidelines up on the screen. That way you and I can both see what is happening tonight. So everything on the right, fully vaccinated people. We've been looking at this for more than a year. The little man here has had the mask on. Now the mask is off. So walking, running, attending outdoor gatherings with friends, outdoor gatherings with fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people, dining at outdoor restaurants, attending a crowded outdoor event. Fully vaccinated people don't have to wear a mask according to the CDC. Again, these are guidelines. You want to visit a barber or a hair salon? No mask. Go to an uncrowded indoor shopping center or museum? No mask. Indoor gatherings, indoor movie theaters, worship services, sing in an indoor chorus, eat at an indoor restaurant or bar, participate in an indoor high-intensity exercise class. All of those things on the right-hand side of the screen, that little icon is not wearing a mask. So again, that's the CDC guidelines. But Angela, as you mentioned, it's now going to be up to businesses, retailers. They are going to now have to figure out, okay, how do we move forward? Because, of course, the big question is that, you know, the people who have not yet been vaccinated, for whatever reason, these people can either do one of two things. They can either take their mask off and say, look, I'm not getting this vaccine. I'm taking my mask off. I'm going into the grocery. I'm going into a restaurant. So what does that do? I mean, how do restaurants, how do grocery stores, how do retailers, how do all these bars, restaurants, and other businesses, workplaces, how do they deal with all this? That is going to be one of the big questions that they are going to be looking at moving forward. We've got Alan Carter and Lauren Kostick out talking to local businesses, finding out, are they going to pivot? I sent Doug Bowles a text at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today, said, look, how is this going to impact the month of May in terms of the 500, the Grand Prix? And Doug's comment to me is, we are still reviewing. Now, of course, a lot of these businesses, they're going to have to work with local health departments. The health department has got to either buy in to this in terms of, you know, giving the green light, you know, and I think it's going to be interesting to look at the different the airline industry and different industries. How are they going to deal with this CDC guidance?
Yeah, and you may still have people that are fully vaccinated that just feel more comfortable wearing a mask from time to time if it is a busy place, or they just, that's the way they want to move forward. So we may see, even if it comes down to the health departments are on board with the CDC guidelines and vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, you still may find people that choose to wear one.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's cut down on flu and some other things. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that we're getting. I just ask that everybody not have snarky comments on Facebook.
That was the first one of the night. You missed it.
I know. Look, let's have a good discussion. Let's show grace. let's not be bitter and angry about all this. Let's just have a civil discussion. But if I think that is possible for us. But let us know about how you feel about this. Is this something where you're celebrating? Are you still nervous? Are you going to continue to wear a mask? What are you thinking businesses should do? How does this affect parents in terms of school and sending their kids back in? It's going to be very interesting to see. And while our Facebook friends are giving their comments, let's go ahead and listen to the president, what he had to say about it today.
And for now, after a year of hard work and so much sacrifice, the rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do.
So that was the president today saying, get the vaccine, and until you do so, wear a mask. But what was interesting about today's news conference with the president, he has been criticized by some on the right, saying that he is still outside and has been wearing a mask the entire time, even though the president is vaccinated. Today he came out of the White House not wearing a mask, the vice president not wearing a mask, and went back in, and it's our understanding that at the White House they've lifted the mask mandate inside, so everyone who works there on the White House grounds no longer has to wear a mask. So things have even changed there at the federal level in terms of the White House, Angela.
And we were excited. The few of us that work here in the studio are vaccinated, and so we thought, yippee, things might change a little bit, but we're, with the Doug Bowles approach, we're kind of reevaluating and as a corporation, and no changes for us yet. Inside.
Yep. Yeah. We're still wearing masks inside the station as our company reviews the policies and procedures in order to keep everybody safe. So anyway, continue to let us know on Facebook your thoughts and feelings about today's big CDC guidance and how that impacts you, what you think about that. All right, let's talk about our next story tonight, robocalls. Angela, you get any robocalls on your phone?
I try not to answer numbers that I don't.
Me too.
But they are out there. They're calls, they're emails. Grace was getting one from what looked to be the post office. And she kept getting them over and over again via email. So I finally took it into the post office, and the one was like, it's a scam. There are so many, whether it be email or robocalls, and the robocalls are bad. They
are bad, and they're looking to get your money. They're looking to get your personal information. And tonight on 13 News at 11 o'clock, our chief investigative reporter, Bob Siegel, has a special report. He's taking a team approach. They're working with a number of different TV stations across the country to really dig into the robocall problem that Bob says is massive. And I talked to him a few minutes ago, and Bob gave me this update on the story that you're going to see tonight at 11.
I get somewhere between 2 to 5 robocalls a day. I'm assuming most of our viewers are experiencing the same thing. It's just nonstop. Tonight we're going to really talk about the cost, the huge cost of this, as well as we're going to be taking a look at there's a family who lost more than just the price of the nuisance. We've talked to several families that point out that these robocalls can actually be dangerous because these folks are not only going after your money, but things can get so bad and so desperate at times. We talked to one family, and they actually say robocalls claimed the life of their grandmother. So these are really serious situations that are taking place all over the country. It's not just a nuisance. It's gotten to the point where it's way more than that. And we've also talked to regulators about why in the world, even though we have things like do not call lists and other things set up to stop them, they're still just not stopping.
And so important information coming up from Bob Siegel tonight, not only how this family has been impacted with the loss of their loved one, but also what can we do to try to stop these robocalls that all of us get every day, Angela?
Yes, an important investigation that really we all need to see and pay attention to, and just don't answer calls that you don't, that you're not expecting, or that you don't know the number. And it's hard because you think, okay, I'm going to answer, and then try to be nice, and then at that point they've got you.
Yep, that's right. Okay, one of our fun stories of the day, this Methodist nurse who has been given a great opportunity to use her beautiful voice to sing the national anthem at Saturday's Grand Prix, and our Rich Naya has that story for us.
I'll ask him about it, okay? All right, thank you.
Brittany Jones works as a nurse case manager on the renal metabolic unit at Methodist Hospital. Brittany does not care directly for COVID patients, but still got sick.
I got COVID back in November, and I actually gave it to my son. And my husband tested negative, but I'm pretty certain he had it too. And it was rough. I worked every single day while I was home.
Brittany will carry on the pandemic tradition of healthcare workers performing the national anthem at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. She will sing a cappella before the Grand Prix Saturday. Brittany's late grandfather worked for the town of Speedway and used to take her to the Indy 500.
To be able to do this is huge. I mean, it's just so much meaning as a healthcare worker to have this honor, as well as the fact that, of course, my grandpa loves the Speedway, he loves America, so it's just a lot of emotion coming in.
Co-workers convinced Brittany to originally submit a video to audition to sing the national anthem for the men's basketball Final Four in Indianapolis last month. When she wasn't picked, she forgot about it until she was contacted May 3rd for another opportunity. More than a decade has passed since Brittany performed with choirs at Avon High School. She has never sang the national anthem for an event. Brittany reconnected with her vocal coach from high school to prepare for singing the anthem. She also has a four-legged vocal coach at home. Even as a full-time nurse, plus wife and mom to a 2-year-old, Brittany still loves to sing.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
The audience grows substantially Saturday when Brittany represents all healthcare heroes and shares her voice with race fans before the green flag.
What an amazing opportunity for Brittany. We wish her all the best. And again, just another opportunity for us to thank all of those healthcare workers. And Brittany will be out there. I'm sure will do a wonderful job. They will give her a big ovation, and that'll be on behalf of all of us who are so thankful for those healthcare heroes.
She sounds great, and to get back with her teacher and be ready and preparing, she's going to knock it out of the park.
I hope so. All right, so we got Friday coming up tomorrow, and of course the weekend is upon us. What's the weather going to be like?
Friday looks fantastic.
Nice.
Very similar to today. We'll wake up to plenty of sunshine. Like the last couple of afternoons, though, we're going to have a few clouds build. We were at 67 today. We're going to, I think it's going to be hard to miss 70. I think we're calling officially for 69, but we're going to be close to 70 the next several days. We are tracking a couple of changes for the upcoming weekend, but this weather system is weak. It's disorganized. It's going to be running into dry air that we have overhead, so a lot of it's going to fall apart. We will get more clouds out of this around on Saturday, and under some of the thicker clouds, maybe a sprinkle or a spotty shower, but you can see with Future Track 13, it's not expected to amount to much. So if you are headed to the Grand Prix on Saturday to listen to her sing the national anthem and take in some fun, 40% capacity, and I think last time we checked, there were tickets still available. Gates open at 7:30. Race is at 2:45. There will be some racing and other things going on in the morning prior to that 2:45 race. We're going to say cloudy and a sprinkle, but I really think for the most part, rain-free at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And you know, sometimes when we have rain in the forecast, we can look at rainfall potential. So what is the latest analysis on how much rain we're going to get out of this weather system? And it's a couple hundredths at the most. So that's a sign that, yes, there's a chance, but for most of us, this is going to be a dry weekend with the Sunday system looking to stay south too. So go ahead and make the outdoor plans. Okay, and they do have practice and qualifications at the track tomorrow. Yes. Tickets are $20. Gates opens at 7:30. The month of May is here. It's here. And so are some of the interesting comments on Facebook tonight. Yeah, we've got quite a few. One of our friends, that she's a regular, really liked the fact that you said snarky. I was asking people on Facebook, please keep the snarky comments out. I think some of our viewers are doing that, others not abiding by that at all. No, but it's, I would say a handful saying, they're going to continue to mask up because they're not sure
Right.
who will be coming into places saying they're vaccinated and maybe not be vaccinated,
Right.
or perhaps they have compromised immune systems
Right.
and they just feel more comfortable wearing a mask. We've been wearing them for the most part for a year now, give or take. So some people may just be more comfortable, and then you have the woohoo, I'm free, I'm throwing the masks away group of people, and you know, you definitely understand both sides, considering everything that we've been through in the last year. And then we did get a comment also from one of our regulars that her husband had passed away last fall and had gotten several calls from people claiming to be Social Security, and they weren't. So you just have to be really careful, and an important report from Bob coming up at 11.
Yep, on robocalls. And of course, our big story tonight talking about the CDC's new guidelines saying to vaccinated people, fully vaccinated people, you don't have to wear a mask, don't have to social distance, indoors or outdoors. And so we'll be talking about that tonight at 11, of course, with the 7-day forecast. That way you can go ahead and make your plans, and we'll keep you weather aware. Next chance of rain, right?
Yeah, next year. I have one more comment, though. Our friend Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya.
Says the weather system sounds like a Monday workday, weak and unorganized.
Way to go, Tanya.
Good job.
Well done.
Great
All
way
right.
to end.
Facebook friends, great to have you along here. We're with you every weeknight, 10 o'clock, Angela and myself, and we'll see you tonight on 13 News at 11. Good night.